So, if you watched my last video, you would see that I got a Hugh Jackman scammer to move to Zangi. That was the first one because they do work in shifts. And the second guy who came in did not read back the chat at all. And he started going on with the same script, acting like he didn't know me. So here is the first Hugh Jackman scammer, which happened right after I got done with the first Hugh Jackman scammer on Facebook. I said, "Oh, you actually got Zangi. So proud of you. I have to do it for you, love heart." Sure. He says, "So what are you up to lately?" I said, "Working and gambling, because the fun part is getting them to think you are loaded with money." He says, "Wow, sounds like you are having a busy day." I said, "I didn't gamble today. That's this weekend. Win big and don't immediately gamble it away. Hang on to it." He responds, "Okay." I said, "I won $10,000 on," supposed to say on, $40. But that's chicken feed. I make more than that in a month. He replies to that, "Sounds like you good in doing that. You really earn a lot." I said, "I didn't spend 13 years in med school and $500,000 to be poor." He responds, "Wow, that's huge." I said, "Yeah, it took a few years to get the debt paid off." "How about we keep the financial talks for another day?" he says, which kind of shocked me. I said, "Okay." He says, "Yeah, so tell me more about yourself, winky face." I said, "I did. I'm an OBGYN, and I like video games. There's nothing else to tell that doesn't actually violate HIPAA." And then I decided I was going to mess with this guy. And I said, "Actually, I can tell you one of my most memorable stories, so long as I don't mention the patient's name." He says, "Okay, now this story coming up, trigger warning, it's pretty gross. But this is a true story. My ex-husband told me this when we first met and we had first started dating." So, 450-pound woman is admitted to the ER with abdominal pain. Whenever a woman is admitted with abdominal pain, we always check lady bits and do an internal exam. Makes sense, as it's usually that. He responds that, "You are more of a hero in real life, not in movies like me, lol." So I continue. "Anyways, I go in to do a pelvic exam. It takes 3 people to get her legs in the stirrups. I get down there with my speculum and look, and there's a brown, crusty string practically glued to her labia. We had asked her when her last period was. Always asked, no matter what, on every woman. And she said she hadn't really had one in like 6 months, just barely spotting. I scrape the crust off this brownish green string and pull it, and it literally sounds like a cork popping out of a wine bottle. All of a sudden, this greenish yellow pus starts flowing out of her vagina. I stated out loud that I thought I had found the problem. She was so big, and she had forgotten she had left a tampon in for 6 months. It got infected. Infection was all up in her uterus, too. We promptly admitted her to the ward for a few days of IV antibiotics. It was so gross. The poor lab guy, being my ex-husband, threw up in a trash can outside the room as the entire room smelled like spoiled fish. It was bad. We told her no more tampons, that she could only use pads, lest she forget another one. She could have gone septic and died. He responds, "That's really bad. So, how is she doing now?" I said, "I don't know. She followed up with her primary OBGYN. I was not her primary." He said, "Oh, okay. Can I tell you something?" I said, "What?" "I will like to know how you feel about me." I said, "I don't feel anything about you. You're an actor, nothing special." Like, they really believe that we fall all over ourselves for celebrities and that we worship them. So he's going to get mad in a bit. He said, "Oh, really? Good morning, beautiful." I said, "Yo." He responds to the "I don't feel anything about you" comment that I was the first person to say that, lol. I said, "Well, sorry. I don't know you. You act in movies. I only care about people I know and my patients, which I have to see today. Replies will be sporadic. Okay, he responds. So, by the looks of things, you don't want to meet in person. I said, no, why would I? I don't know you. And he responded to that, yeah, so do I. And then to know why would I, he says, am surprised to hear this. I said, why? Are you so big-headed and egotistical that you think people should fall all over themselves for you? He responds, no, why should I? Am human, right? I said, yes, but I don't have to like you just because you're human. To which he responds, yeah, haha emoji. We all have our choice. I thought you were up for something serious. I said, what's that supposed to mean? He responds, I think you're old enough to understand. I said, oh, you thought I would be romantically interested in you. LMAO. I don't know you. You're nobody to me. Which ticks him off. He responds to that, excuse you? I am Hugh Jackman for your information. For you information. I said, and? I don't know you. I've seen you in some movies, but I don't know you. So what? You're Hugh Jackman. You're no better than me. You're not that important. What do you do that's so important in the grand scheme of things? You have a big head. And at this point, he hadn't responded for a while. So I said, okay, leaving me on red. So I assume we part ways here. He responds, I want some real, but it seems you don't give a fuck about that. And he responds to the big head comment, so do you. And then he responds to leaving me on red. It okay if you want to part ways. I said, I'm not the one expecting someone to get with me just because I'm Hugh Jackman, XD. And then he went away for quite some time. And then I got very annoyed when that second guy, he had messaged me again. I said, oh, okay, village boy. He said, what the fuck are you say? I said, your English is bad. That's what I are say. Maybe you're just speaking Australian. I don't know it. I just find it hilarious that you messaged again from your Facebook account acting like you don't know me. You guys aren't that smart, eh? Whoever the other team member was apparently didn't bother to read the chat back before he started typing. He responds to the your English is bad comment. If you don't understand, ask questions. And then to the you messaged again from Facebook acting like you don't know me, he questions, did I? I said, you sure did. And you didn't get any references that I dropped that if you were really Hugh, you would have gotten. He says, okay, smartass. I said, I got some great content from you guys this time around. Your failed romance scam. That's why you got so mad. You guys truly think Westerners fall all over themselves for celebrities. It's cringe. Oh, and whoever that team member is said that he, as Hugh, keeps his yearly OBGYN appointments to get his pap smears. Lol. He responds, suit yourself. I said, you want a gift card, gay little village boy? Because they hate being called gay. And then I said, so gay, I can barely say it with a straight face looking boy, which is a reference to an Eminem lyric, Rap God. He says, fuck off. I said, nah, you were drooling thinking you could get some money out of me. Money that I have and you don't. Because if you did, you wouldn't be online scamming people. Badly, I might add. At least the Indians are remotely intelligent in their scams. I don't mess with them. I leave that to smarter people. You West Africans, though, so easy. And it makes great content for scam bait groups. Anyways, thanks for the content and the fresh Zangi number to share with other scam baiters. That was fun and hilarious. And that was it. So, he immediately blocked me after he found out on Facebook, after he found out that the second member of the team had messaged me and didn't read back the chat at all. So I thought that was funny. But I had fun with that second one. You know, dropping a bunch of song lyrics and speaking to him in song lyrics that he just did not get. My husband and my brother-in-law were laughing their asses off. And My husband said, so, maybe you should say to him, it's pretty clear you don't own a TV. So, anyways, that's it. I'll upload more when I get them.